All the way back in 2005, F.E.A.R became an instant classic in the action horror genre, with gunplay that still holds up today, a surprisingly fun multiplayer mode, and a story that preyed on the greatest fear of every gamer in the mid-2000s, interacting with a woman. But F.E.A.R also has another mode that just so happens to be home to its most difficult achievement: 4 custom levels, specifically designed by the developers to be as hard as they could possibly make them. And one day, when I eventually learned about this, I proceeded to sit down at my desk and say, yeah, I could probably permadeath that. What? That's insane. I had 175 health and it's all just gone. In order to unlock the No Fear achievement, you're required to beat all 4 maps in F.E.A.R's instant action mode on extreme difficulty. However, to add a little bit of extra spice to an achievement only 1% of players have even unlocked, we're also going to be doing this as a blind permadeath run. What this means is that we'll have to beat every map in a row with no practice, no starting on a level other than the first one, and with no knowledge of the missions other than what I'm able to reach during a run. And if I die at all anytime during this challenge, I have to start all the way back at the beginning. But how much harder will it make the achievement exactly? Well, as we all know, there's only one way to find out, and that's by jumping in to attempt number 2. Huh. Well, that's foreboding. All right, well, so a little bit of background. Right before starting the permadeath attempts, I made the rare, wise decision to play through the entire main story on extreme difficulty, which is the same difficulty as the instant action missions we have to take on for this challenge. During this, we had some high points. Hello? Let me touch you. Okay, that sounds bad out of context. Let me shoot. You're not alive, okay. Any last words, bucko? Oh my god. Well, we can be assured that he didn't feel any pain, so it's okay. Ooh. This is... You know, I'll be the first to say it. I don't know if I'm the weird one here. I didn't like that. And we had some not so high points. Okay. This is unideal. Okay, I thought she was gonna go away. But overall, I think I did pretty okay. So even though I knew nothing about the layouts or enemies in any of the instant action maps, I already knew of a few strategies I could take advantage of right from the start of mission 1. The goal of the first instant action mission is to completely wipe out the enemies in all 4 sections of this warehouse. And to add on to that, there's also a 15-minute level timer at the top of our screen. Now, this actually has no bearing on anything other than us being put onto the coveted F.E.A.R leaderboards, but that's all fine and good because in the year of our Lord 2025, no one really cares about any of that, right? Also, did you guys know I was #1 in the world in F.E.A.R multiplayer this week? I found that you don't have to do it in time. You know what? Let's make it a thing then. I have to do it in time. If I don't do it on time, it doesn't count. I love making my fake job harder with fake challenges. It's honestly kind of a problem. Please help me. So with that little bit of extra challenge added, I proceeded on with a second attempt. The first area of the warehouse is filled with a bunch of your standard F.E.A.R army dudes and one heavy soldier carrying a weapon called the penetrator. I'll let you take a guess on what that does. Oh my goodness, what do you even have? A penetrator. Oh, dude, take me out to dinner first. But 2 things I was able to make use of immediately in this encounter was the game's lean mechanic and its slow-mo. Leaning allowed me to set up shop in my own corner of the world and lure people in while barely revealing myself. The softcore only fans of military strategy, if you will. And whenever I wanted to make a risky move, this was where slow-mo came into play. One of the reasons F.E.A.R absolutely slaps as a game is that you can slow down time whenever you want to, so long as you have enough energy to do so. And I learned the best time to do this is usually when going into the unknown, so that we're able to react to anything that might be a bit unpredictable. I forgot she was right there. That one's my bad. What happened? Why is that man crab walking? It's like Eugene just found $1. But despite it helping a ton, it doesn't work as a get out of jail free card by any means. Because after clearing the first area again, we get to one of the main problems of this run. Did we kill these guys yet? If these guys already came out? That's crazy, dude. First of all, congratulations. Coming out's really hard to do. So I'll go. Okay. Because I'd never played these levels before, I had no idea what or where the enemies were gonna be once I got to a new area. And this was only amplified by another problem. I'll just juke him out every single time, and then we get the health booster, we get all our health back. It's easy. Trust. Watch this. This is what real gaming skill is made out of.
Target locked.
Fuck! Every time I made it further into a mission, I, of course, wanted to get back there as soon as possible. But this resulted in me dying quite a few times thanks to the enemies usually being exactly where I wanted them not to be. Oh, my armor. All right, this is low-key shocked already. Oh, what the hell happened to that guy? He's so unaware. He has no idea I'm here. Okay. That might have just been insane. I'll be the first to admit that. This is gonna be kind of hard to do permadeath, I'm thinking. One thing F.E.A.R is well known for is its AI that was truly ahead of its time. They communicate with each other, plan out flanks, push you when you're reloading, are blood-related twins, go out to the bar with each other, were the best men in each other's weddings, are having an affair with each other behind their wives' backs. Wait a second. But the main point is that their chemistry is next to unmatched, and there were multiple times where I was outsmarted by a 20-year-old video game. Although, let's be honest, that's not exactly the highest bar to clear. Yeah, this game is old enough to drive a car. This game is almost old enough to drink, which is probably what I'm gonna be doing after this because my god, it has been like 10 minutes. I've died 6 times already. So on attempt 7, I took a step back and realized the only way I was gonna be able to do this was by slowing down, sometimes literally, and playing way safer. I hid behind this corner to take out most of Area 1, started to understand the enemy spawns in Area 2, picked up this ASP rifle because the weapons you start with in this level are ASS, and cleared out the third area on my first time reaching it. Area 4, however, is probably the scariest part. There's a heavy soldier and a mech you have to take down that fires missiles that could potentially kill you in one burst. But thanks to already dealing with these guys in the main campaign somewhat successfully, honestly, I think I should probably like challenge one of these guys to like a fair one-on-one boxing match. Oh no. Okay, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm bowing out. I'm bowing out. You win, you win, you win. You win! Okay. I was about to get my revenge on the good old Kool-Aid man here by putting him into the blender. Oh, they have more enemies here too. Okay, not dead. We win these. So with our new smoothie, now very high in iron, we managed to clear out the rest of the enemies to finish the level. And with only 6 deaths to our name, we move on to mission 2. That guy have a rocket launcher off rip like that? I am at 3 health. Okay, well, I am, okay. Never mind, we have to go back to mission 1 again. Good start, good start. Yeah, so this guy at the start of mission 2 is kind of the worst thing ever. Basically, he has a multi-rocket launcher that he likes to shoot immediately after you spawn. Super fun game design, by the way. And it's normally about a 50-50 chance whether you get blasted by it or not, which is honestly the most deflating thing ever because there aren't really any health items around at the start of the level, and it's pretty much a death sentence every time, making this the first major obstacle of our challenge. All right, well, I loved beating it the first time so much that I just want to do it again. Can't wait. Of course, this meant I had to start all over from mission 1 again. And this is where a trend started to form, where it seemed like the farther I'd get with the previous attempts, the more I'd die in the first mission before managing to get back there. Did these guys spawn yet? Damn it. The guy spawned? Thanks. Good comms, good comms. Okay, hold on, we're cooking. Nice, okay, solid. Oh, not solid, not solid. Bad, bad, bad. Liquid, plasma, gaseous, compounds. Okay, wow. That was a crazy range of emotions there. Damn. We're back in mission 1 gulag. That's cool. Eventually, I was able to complete level 1 and reach mission 2 again. And after coming up with the perfect plan to survive past the first 10 seconds this time, hear me out, hear me out. When I spawn in, I don't get shot by the rocket, and I have 100% health 5 seconds after we launch the mission. Thoughts? Thoughts, criticisms? I activated slow-mo right after gaining control of my character and managed to avoid the miniature space race barreling towards my cranium. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. I'm getting shot. Okay. Perfect plan, don't get hit. Should have thought of that before. Okay. How long is this mission gonna take, I wonder? But before we get to the rest of mission 2, I need to take a nap. Between torturing myself with this challenge, editing this video, and juggling a full-time job, sleep is pretty important to me so my mind doesn't spontaneously explode. And if you're wondering just what kind of mattress can handle all that, then look no further than Helix, the sponsor of today's video. Helix makes premium bedding and mattresses that are shipped right to your door and customized to your own personal needs. The way they do this is through their Helix Sleep Quiz, which matches your body type and sleep preferences to one of their signature mattresses. It'll ask you questions like what position you like sleeping in how you like your mattresses to feel and whether you feel hot or cold while sleeping. But if we're being completely honest, if you're a fan of the channel, then being hot is already an all-day thing for you. Personally, I'm a side sleeper who likes a medium firm feel, so after going through all the questions, Helix ended up matching me with a Midnight Lux mattress. And on arrival, it was super easy to set up in my bed frame once I actually flipped it the right way around. I think the thing I like most about my mattress is how comfortable it feels when I'm just in bed doing whatever, as well as the Glaciotex cooling cover I got that makes sleeping bearable in my state's hellish 100-degree weather. But if you're also looking to make your current mattress more comfortable, Helix has got you covered there too, as they've just released a new line of mattress toppers that you can place over your own mattress and make your current night's sleep even better than before. I've been super happy with this mattress ever since I've gotten it from Helix. So if you're interested in a new topper or mattress for a better night's sleep, then you can check out helixsleep.com/sandwiches for 27% off site-wide. And if you're unsure, each mattress comes with an 100-day sleep trial so you can test it to make sure you love it. Thank you again to Helix Sleep for sponsoring my dumb achievement videos. And now, on to some, uncharted territory. So now I once again had to progress through a level I had zero knowledge of, but I was going to do everything in my power to make sure that I came prepared. Because as a wise man once said, if you don't come prepared, 9 months down the line, you're gonna have an entirely different problem. I began to slow the pace of the run down to a crawl, scouring every single crevice of the map so I could find any extra health, armor, or stims hidden within the level. I wonder if I'm also gonna be able to find a health kit in here too. You know what? Life is all about surprises. Don't know what that guy was up to. He was honestly pretty surprised, I'd imagine, as well. One thing I haven't mentioned yet, though, is that you don't actually regenerate health in this game. Any damage you take can only be replenished by health packs found throughout the map, which is actually not as bad as you'd think. Although there's only a limited amount of them and you don't have the ability to heal once you run out, you can use them at any time you want. So a strategy we can make use of during this run is that if we ever get caught off guard by something, we can just spam the heal button to survive things that we have absolutely no right to. And I can only imagine how intimidating this looks to all the enemies. This, along with playing it slow, allowed me to get through a majority of Mission 2 with only a few close calls, resulting in us getting 2 rooms away from the end of the level with 100 health. It's the legendary 5 guys. Oh my god. Where's the 5th guy? The fuck? False advertising. Oh my god! And this is where another problem appears. Hey, we found the 5th guy. Oh, thank goodness. At least that's one mystery solved. Well, you guys in mission 1. Out of all the common enemy types, the guys with a shotgun are easily the deadliest. Because once you're within their range, they have the ability to turn you into an entire butcher shop or something admittedly even cooler. Oh my god. And when this was used on me, I was not exactly a happy camper. A few attempts later, and thankfully I did make it back to mission 2. This time waiting for a few minutes at a time in some random corner of the building until I was sure I wasn't gonna get blasted with a shotgun again. And this worked beautifully. Every single enemy was being gunned down, I was grabbing a ton of resources, and life was good wandering into the lobby with the elevators until I was flanked by not 1, but 2 groups of enemies. I don't think that was the last. Oh my god! And I'm gonna be honest, it was a scare that got me way better than the ones in the main game did. You guys remember that King Kong video game where they used a PNG as like part of their fight scene? That's exactly what that reminded me of. But after barely taking them out, somehow I'd managed to survive the 2 near-death experiences that this room had in store for me. And my reward for this was far sweeter than the pain I'd endured to get there. Am I good? Is that my escape helicopter? Let's go. Halfway there. Okay. Cooking, ladies and gentlemen. So now I was done with 2 out of the 4 missions that I needed to complete for the permadeath. And mission 3, thankfully, was supposed to be pretty easy based on what I'd heard beforehand. So even though mission 4 was touted as the hardest one, even managing to get there at all would be a lot of progress for the day. I was starting to get the hang of general things that made it a lot less risky when advancing through new locations as well. So I felt confident that at this point, I was just about halfway done with putting down this challenge for good. Wait, why is there so much footage left? Mission 3 takes place in a giant corporate office building, but out of all the companies it could be, we can at least rule out Microsoft because this level was big and hard. I'm sorry.
Gunfire was reported at the downtown headquarters of Technology Corporation.
Uh-oh. Wait, that's where I am. Oh, fuck. There's been gunfire reported here? I gotta get out of here. This mission also introduces an enemy that we've never seen before, and throughout the level, we still might not, because these guys have the special ability to turn completely invisible. I think we're good. He was offline for a good second. Wait, was it? Interesting. All right. I think I have to press my bumper twice for the shotgun, right? All in all, though, the rumors I'd heard about this mission were pretty spot on. This level seemed to be the easiest one I'd played thus far, and a lot of the reason for that is likely due to the ingenious plan I came up with specifically for these close quarter situations. Guy right in front of me, hit him with a shotgun. Other guy far away, hit him with a shotgun. Are you a ghost, banshee, or specter? Welcome to America, brother. The shotgun basically carried me through this level, and the only thing that gave me any trouble for most of it was navigating the building itself. I got lost a few times due to all the offices looking identical and it having weird doors that don't lead anywhere, so that resulted in me realizing that maybe the real fear isn't being the cool super soldier killing demons and psychic commandos, but rather it's being the white-collar worker that has to navigate this labyrinth every day just to do accounting. That could have gone worse. Oh. You know, maybe it was that guy's dream to be tossed around like that. You never know. But once we find the way through, we make our way to the last encounter before the final mission in the permadeath, where the game's two enemy factions are fighting each other, at least until they see you. Gentlemen, I feel as though your teammate has a literal metal... Okay, not you two! But I mentioned earlier that the AI are pretty smart in this game, so I think as soon as they realized the shotgun meta had been overpowered for most of the season, they decided to give it a go too. Dude, exactly. What? Oh my... That's fucked up. Does anyone have the clip of that? Basically, I'm wandering. I'm trying to see if I can like see even a glint of him. If I can like pin it on myself even a little bit. You cannot. I love the half-second delayed reaction. Beautiful. Oh, the hands on head are fire. Oh my God, Renaissance painting if I've ever seen one. Beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, that one hurts. That one really hurt. I did not. That was instant. Along with my body, my soul had just been blasted into a million pieces. And all the runs for the rest of the day made this fact all the more apparent. I missed. I had like one more, I could not use it. It was my last one. It was my last shot of the rockets. Of course I was gonna shoot it. Listen, chat, some people would pay to blow themselves, okay? It's not that bad. All my salty runbacks began to brainwash me into thinking that the dumbest mistakes imaginable would get me back to mission 3 faster, which caused me to die 4 times in a row at the start of mission 1 before I decided to change it up a bit and got to the end of mission 1, where I died again. That's fucked. How? Mission 2, on the other hand, went really well for about the first 2 seconds before, again, dying. It was so unmistakably cooked. And due to my own lack of thinking, nothing went to plan no matter how many times I tried to get things back on track. Oh, you're dead. No, come on. Bro, I cannot. Okay, let's try and do this damageless. Well, I mean, now. All right, well, that was... Thank you for watching, like, and subscribe. Oh, whoa, wow. Okay, there goes my health again. I feel like there's some times where just, like, my entire health bar disappears. Okay. Good news, we have health. Bad news, not for long, we don't. Truer words could not have been said there. Within the first 22 attempts, the only other run that got back to mission 3 was cut even shorter than the first one. And it became pretty apparent at this point that my biggest enemy wasn't the mission 2 missile launcher roulettes or the shotgun abusers or the invisible men in gimp suits, but my own mental exhaustion. I had been bashing my head against a wall in the same levels for hours now, and it was obvious that there was no way I could do this successfully with all the dumb mistakes I was making in basically every run. So I made the executive decision to stop for the day so I could get some rest, plan out strategies, and come back with a fresh brain ready to get this challenge moving. And then after doing that, I came back, started up mission 1, and proceeded to die 5 times instantly on the first encounter. Uploading stats to Xbox Live. Could you actually, like, not do that? I will actually pay you to hide them instead, if that's okay. It turns out waiting 4 days to play a game again isn't great for retaining skill, but thankfully, as I kept playing, all the muscle memory started to flood back into my body like the precipitation cycle, or Bear Grylls' own urine. And ladies and gentlemen, this is when progress was beginning to be made. All right, perfect. And then 2 dudes here. These are the dudes kissing in the back. This is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. You know what? That was a really good idea. I don't think I took any damage. I should do that more often. Maybe I should... Oh, you know what could help? Maybe if I, like, dodge in real life, too. It's working so far. Ooh. It's working pretty well. I don't think a single enemy has shot me so far. With all the experience I had under my belt so far, I also made it a point to start coming up with things that would get me through each level a lot more efficiently. That way, the ADD in my brain would stop sabotaging me for playing slow while still allowing me to go about things in the safest way possible. So I began to prioritize the assault rifles at the start of Mission 1, as it was far and away the best method of clearing infantry. I used a lot more grenades in Mission 2 because the enemies tended to group up a lot in this level in particular. And when I learned where the invisible guys ambushed me from in Mission 3, I was able to get revenge by pulling a lighthearted YouTube prank. This is either gonna be really, really good, or I'm gonna blow myself up. Let's go! That's what we call knowledge. And this would end up being just enough to get me through the mission. Ooh, what? Another health booster? Hell yeah. I hear a helicopter, although it could be a not nice helicopter, which I think is actually the case here. Oh, no, it is. Oh, let's go. Wait, why is the health booster right there then? All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're on the final one. 29 attempts later, we finally made it to Mission 4. Finally, after so many attempts, we'd gotten to a new personal best. With just the last mission to go, it was critical that I try to obtain as much information as possible for the runs that came after, which meant that I needed to play extremely conservatively and not die before... Okay, well, I do not know what I could have done differently there. I died in the first minute of the level. So not the greatest first attempt at the final mission, but at the very least, now my brain knew that I could get there. My body, on the other hand, wow. Okay, that was not very nice. Huh. I didn't realize he was like that. However, it was reassuring once I learned that dying at the start of Mission 4 wasn't all that uncommon. This part is actually notoriously tricky. The ghosts are fine, the drones are okay, although they'll likely do a bit of damage no matter how safe you play it, but the infantry suck. As basically everyone in this mission seems to have a weapon that deals a lot of damage. Well, that's obviously not gonna work. But I was managing to get pretty far in every run that I was doing now. My only deaths since reaching Mission 4 for the first time were coming from my traditional post-good run failure at the very first encounter, and, you know, I would hate to break tradition. Or alternatively, I would die to something like this. What? That went through? Okay, that went through the wall. That doesn't seem very fair. Enemies started to get crafty by throwing grenades at me that, fun fact, kill you instantly, and bent the laws of physics to their will to make it happen. And that's because they were scared. It got to the point where they were jumping for joy whenever they killed me. So I was definitely on the right track when it came to improving the rougher parts of my run. And they were right to feel this way, because when I got to Mission 4 again, I finally found the strategy that would take me even further. During the Spectre fight, I would do a full lap around the room to loot any health. During the drone section, I'd place myself right under where they'd spawn so I could kill them quickly without being subject to a botched LASIK surgery. And finally, I got back to the nook where I spawned right before the infantry ambush, with the dream being that if I could use this corner to single out 1v1 fights, then it would be the push I needed to get through this section. Oh, okay, yep, he has one too. Oh, dude, this isn't even the end. Oh, God. Okay, so it's not even just the same room. Despite my hopes, it would turn out that the first encounter of Mission 4 was not the only thing I needed to do here. And if we thought the infantry in the initial room was bad, then allow me to introduce the enemies in the rest of the level. I can't see shit. Okay, okay, not instantly dead. Oh, I hear more of them. There you are. Oh my God, the gang's all here. I tried to shoot. I did not press the shoot button. Oh my God, I almost died. I was fumbling all over my controller. There could be a secret. Oh my fucking God, you're kidding me. no. I can't take this. This is miserable. Why would that happen? The entire mission, I had barely been clinging on to my own life. Seconds would feel like hours as I sat behind cover waiting for my slow-mo to fill up, praying that I could peek them before they pushed me. Fuck, I don't have time for this. Camper, shut up. What do you want me to do? And the entire time as I felt my permadeath success slowly slipping away, my fear was through the roof. Oh, I get the title of the game now. But somehow, I held on, even by chance finding a particle rifle that could take out most enemies with one shot. And this gun alone allowed me to progress even further. What is happening? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello, Alma, how are you? Okay, by the way, if she touches me, I instantly die. But the cruelest trick this challenge has up its sleeve is that despite the outcome of your battle against the final boss in the main game, this level is not yet over. What? What? Dude, that's so lame. I hit him 3 times. That's crazy. The home of that rocket enemy is the last room in the entirety of instant action permadeath. After reviewing the footage, we found that I should have actually killed him and been able to likely die a little bit later instead. But we discovered that the particle rifle has this neat little 2005 console game quirk where the aim assist for this specific weapon automatically has its shot redirected to the opponent's center of mass, which is right here, the only spot on the entire character that is behind cover. So in this incredibly niche instance of unfortunate game mechanics, we came to the conclusion that beyond a shadow of a doubt, I had gotten railed. And mission 1 wasn't really helping me feel better. What? What? He died first! Each death from this point onwards felt brutal. The enemies had hitboxes while I had a hit area code. Their grenades gave them superpowers while mine gave me depression. But I knew this was possible. I just had to use everything I'd learned in each of my mistakes before this. Then suddenly, I beat mission 1, then 2, then 3, then slogged through 4. And when I got to the end again, I adjusted. Oh my god, they're still coming. That's crazy. The biggest threat was now out of the way, and as the enemies swarmed in, they were just as quickly taken out. All that was left were the enemies coming down from the catwalk, and this was made easy thanks to all the practice and knowledge I'd gained over all these attempts. Bet your ass you do. I'm just running for any and all health packs I can because I feel like there's gonna be some crazy bullshit here. My health was looking great and my aim was even better. But as I got further and further into the encounter, there was unfortunately one last problem. Oh my god, they're still alive. I hate this game. I hate it with a passion. One last rocket guy. Even though I had no previous experience with this encounter, I felt in my guts that this was the final enemy. I may have had no ammo, but I was also 1 kill away from victory. So with no other option, I refilled my health and ran. No! They have another rocket. That's so annoying. Why are there like 3 rocket dudes? That just instantly killed me. Damn, that probably was the last guy too. That's so frustrating. I've mentioned in previous portions of this video about how my fear had gone through the roof, but it was only after this death that this statement couldn't have been more true, as I wanted to chuck my copy of F.E.A.R through the roof, into the stratosphere, and deep into outer space. I had come 1 enemy away and just as quickly caught 3 express rockets all the way back to mission 1 again. And it was at this moment I felt fine, actually. You see, this game had lost the only advantage it had left. This wasn't a blind permadeath run anymore. This was a permadeath run where I now knew every trick in the book, and I was going to exploit every single one to finally get this done. That's crazy that I died there. Of course, after the traditional mission 1 death. You can't break tradition after all. Ooh, oh my god. Dodge, Lamau, these missiles cannot hit me. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I literally almost threw there, but we're good. This is why we keep every single health pack. So you can spam Y while being scared and shitting your pants. Fucking shit on right there. All right, back to mission 4. Yippee. Oh, this is actually so bad. Oh, Lamau. What? Come on. Good Lord, I didn't realize they had Flak Jacket Pro on. Oh, there you are. Oh, yep, there it is. I was wondering which guy had the fucking scary gun. Okay, that was a guy. Honestly, I thought for a second there, I can't even speak. Ah! Oh my God. Oh, we're at the final room again. Ah, I don't want to do this. Oh, there he is. Oh! Wait, hold on. Is this? Are we done? Oh. Hi. Oh. Wait, do we have to fight Alma? We don't have to fight Alma! Yes! Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie. I just pissed myself a little bit. Oh. Oh, it is overall. Wait, I'm the 240th best F.E.A.R player in the world. Holy shit, look at this guy go, top 250. And so, after spending 10 hours on something that otherwise would have taken 2, the hardest achievement in F.E.A.R 1 was finally mine. And now it's time to grind the multiplayer on servers that freeze like the Ice Age. But in all honesty, this was a lot of fun. And I also have a load more challenges and horror adjacent games coming soon that are even harder or even dumber than this one was. So if you want to see those as they come out, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out this video while you wait, as it just might be up your alley. I also stream all these challenges live on Twitch if you want to check me out there too. And with that, I'll see you all in the next one.